steps back in the right direction.
We did.
On the ground.
We did. You know, from the week before, which obviously was a disappointing game the way we played, and then the importance we put on the physicality last week during the course of practice, and just the way we came out in the game and did some of the things we did. So there was progress. I mean, there was some steps taken in which we expect to play, and especially, you know, running the football with the mentality of what we did. There's some things to build on. There's obviously always things to clean up and correct, but, you know, to find the positives out of the game, that was something that we did build on.
How do you try to coach them out of the penalties that you wouldn't expect to see from guys who have so many snaps?
You know, yeah, you know, the penalty thing is simply this: it's you know, you can yell about things that, you know, are mistakes that, you know, to me, a personal foul penalty and making a bad decision and where really discipline falls in is a bad choice. The false start stuff is more of a timing deal, and as we did yesterday and we did today and we'll continue throughout, it's the timing of the voice of the quarterback and all those things that we got to be dialed in better. And it was just, you know, it was a matter of, as much as maybe it's James Stone or it's Alex Bullard or maybe it's Tiny, it's really James Stone that was late on a couple times. So it's hearing the voice and timing that up and that type of thing. So you know, we got to continue to keep working at it. We can't have it happen.
Coach, you've been around Jake and Butch a long time. How close is this offense to adapting the identity that you guys want and command moving forward?
We're still a ways, you know, and more so just from consistency with execution, and that's where we're not where we need to be yet. And you know, I think that the guys have done a tremendous job of grasping what we really want. We just aren't seeing enough signs of it through them, throughout consistency with the execution, being across the board, O-line, running back, tight end, quarterback, receivers, you name it, to where we got to be hitting on all cylinders better than we have.
How critical are the next 3 weeks or the next 2 games in taking that step towards the offseason and the future?
It's got to happen. I mean, we you know, and we've got to, you know, build off of some of the success of some of the things we did Saturday and continue to grow with that, and without a doubt be able to carry it into the offseason, and the guys understanding full and well what we expect, what you know, the mentality of the offense as a whole, the execution, the communication, all those things that, you know, and that's why, you know, more time is critical, you know, and the fact of how much more we can work with them is key, and that's what we're working towards, and that's more time. So it is important, it really is.
You have such a veteran group. How have they responded now being in another must-win situation to make a bowl game?
You know, I've said it all year, they've been very business-like in their approach, very mature in their approach and what we've done, whether it's been after a win against South Carolina or after a loss. You know, this is, excuse me, a second open date that we've come out to work, and guys like Zach Fulton, James Stone, and Jawan have been as business-like as ever, and there's been no drop-off in terms of their approach, which is good. Not to say that they're not feeling it, nor is there a sense of urgency. I think it's more behind the scenes of what they're doing with the group of offensive guys and as a team that's going to be really important. But I think as next week gets closer by each day going by, to where they realize this is one step closer to being the last game in Neyland. They're on their way going out, and it's however long you want this to be. So I sense that some things are going to grow as the week goes on next week, with things becoming even higher sense of urgency, I guess.